All right, good to go. All right. Hey guys, we'd like to thank our sponsor for today. They sponsor all of our shows. They're sponsoring the podcast today. It is Spring Hill Suites by Marriott in Stillwater. All of their rooms are a suite, every single one of them. If you're in town for a game, you're in town for a show, you have to talk to the dean because he wrote obscenities all over the sidewalk, whatever. Any reason you're in town, stop by the Marriott there. They will take care of you. Spring Hill Suites, it's on Sea Star Drive. They are the official sponsor today. Thank you. See you guys. All right. So what's up? Tyler Couch here, everybody. This is Abram Martin. Let's
What's
welcome
up?
Abram here, everybody.
What's
So,
up? What's up?
Abram, let's just tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into comedy, where you're from, all that jazz.
Yeah, man, I'm actually originally from Portland, Oregon, so I didn't end up doing any comedy up there, but I was living there working, so moved down here, come do Granite with my brother. Been doing that for like 2.5 years.
Okay.
And just in December, you were actually there at the show that I first went up for
Yep.
the first
Yep.
time at the EM.
Yeah. It was the first show you went up was the one you won, wasn't it? I think.
No, the first one I won was like when it was just an open mic.
Oh, okay. So that was the one after that.
Yeah, the one after that I went and
Okay,
then
okay,
somehow
cool.
pulled
So
it out.
this is actually the first winner of our comedy series, the TND Comedy Smackdown, the first official winner of that. So we have a big battle royale, is what we're calling it in December.
Yeah.
We're bringing all the winners back, and the winner of that wins a headlining gig at Bad Brad's. That's where our big shows are. So.
Yeah, it was pretty surprising that I won that, dude. I wasn't even planning on
Yeah,
going
yeah,
up.
there was a lot of pretty good comedians that were up there, but you
Yeah.
just, man, sometimes you hit a stride, man,
Well,
and
it's-
people liked you, and you just caught their vibe.
Well, you
So
helped me out, dude. Like when you went up there, I don't think you realized it, but you were like, "This is like one of his first times ever doing this, man. This takes guts."
oh,
And then
well,
when
I mean,
I
I
got
try to
laughing,
set
I was all
everybody
like,
up,
"Cool."
know.
Oh, I
So
know, but I appreciate that.
uh,
Thanks, dude. I feel like I immediately got them on my side, and I was like,
well, and we had a good audience that night. We have
We
a
did.
really good audience, just in general here in all the shows in Stillwater. So we have some good response. We haven't had very many people walk out. We have had a few, but not very many though. So
that's the benchmark too. That's
yeah,
like,
yeah. I feel like this rite of passage. You're gonna have someone walk out.
Yeah.
But we try to tell the comedians there's no rules. Whatever you want to talk about, you can talk about, but read the crowd. Like abortion jokes can only go so far until it's like, all right, just shut up, man.
Yeah,
Like
so
move
do
on
some
to the
babies,
next thing. Yeah, dead baby jokes are kind of like I draw the line of dead baby jokes for me personally. Like I'm not gonna
Yeah.
walk out or anything, but it's just like I got kids. I can't laugh at dead babies. You know
Right,
what I
dude.
mean?
What would they think?
Yeah. Well, what my kids?
Yeah, dude.
Well, they don't know that the vocabulary is not there. They don't
Good,
understand.
dude. That's
So
good.
yeah. They're only 5. You got to remember. So, but okay. So what made you want to get into comedy?
Dude, just I've been watching comedy since I was like a kid, man. Like when Rogan dropped like those specials in like 2015, and like Tom Segura would come out and drop one 2016. I've
Okay,
been
you say
watching
when
it.
you were a kid. Hold on. How old are you?
I'm 23.
Because that special was like dropped in 2015, I think.
Yeah,
So,
dude.
oh,
So
okay.
back then, what was I? 15? I was.
Oh, okay,
I was 14
okay.
or 15 years old.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I
Okay.
felt young.
Right. Okay. I was just clarifying. So
Yeah.
you're tall. You can never
I
tall
know.
people. You never know. Like you might be 38. You might be 18. You never know. So
Dude, if someone thought I was 38, I think I'd cry a little
all
bit,
you need,
man.
all you're missing is a few gray hairs, and I mean you could pass.
I'll get there, dude. I'll get
Oh,
there.
one of these. Stay in comedy.
Yeah.
You'll get there.
Get a little
So,
stressed out, dude.
yeah, no joke, no joke. So, well, all right. So, well, every comedian has like their style, their own. A lot of comedians in the beginning they try to mimic, I guess, in a way their favorite comedians, the ones they watch a lot. So, what is your kind of style? Are you like story? Are you one-liners? What do you try to hit with?
Man, well, I can tell you right now, my favorite comedian is Shane Gillis, and I'm like, sometimes when I watch my sets, because I'll like record them, and I'm like, dang, I'm definitely like a little bit like him with my hand movements.
Everybody
and the
does
way.
that. Everybody, it's kind of a thing,
Yeah, that's
until
what I
until you
figured.
develop your own style, you just try to mimic people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like as an athlete, you just try to mimic the professionals that you look up to.
Exactly, dude.
Exactly.
Because they're
So,
both like an art form, you know what I mean? So it's like I'm watching
definitely.
his style, so I'm like, it just kind of.
Except for one is catching balls and one is making ball jokes.
Hey,
So
hey, they're both sweaty.
they're both sweaty, yes,
Yeah.
and sometimes both big and black. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, wait a minute,
Wait-
dude. We're talking about pause, dude.
We can
What's
cut
going
that one
on
out.
here?
Wait, we'll leave it in. We'll leave it
Wait,
in. So,
what's your comedian though? I gotta know. Like, do you have anyone that you
my
kinda
favorite
marvel?
comedian, definitely, I would say either Mark Norman or Sam Morrell.
Yeah, dude, Sam, he just dropped a crazy one.
Yeah, his
Ryan.
special.
That
Yeah,
was good, dude.
I actually went and seen him in Oklahoma City when he was touring to kind of
Oh,
gear
yeah?
up for the special. So I mean, all the jokes that he did in the special, minus a few, I heard all of them, but
Yeah.
it was they weren't exactly the same, and it was nice hearing like the refined version of all of that. But like the rule of threes, blah blah blah. Blah.
Yeah.
I like Mark Norman and Sam because sometimes they break that and they just get there in one. They give you like the setup and the punch, just boom
Yeah,
boom,
just boom,
just
punching.
one and then the other. Yeah, I like Shane, but the storytelling, like the Burt Kreischer and stuff like that,
Yeah.
that's just too long for me. Like I have a short attention span. Like tell me a joke, I want to laugh,
Oh, me
see the
too, dude.
structure of it. I don't want to hear a story with 4 or 5 punches at the end. That's not fun to me. Now I love you, Burt, but and just not for me, not for
Yeah,
me.
and I'm too skinny to take my shirt off on stage, man. I can't
Yeah,
be.
no, I am skinny fat, so I would not take my shirt off
They're
stage.
like, this guy likes Budweiser,
Yeah,
dude.
no joke. That's why I only drink light beer now.
There you
So
go, dude.
yeah. I'm skinny fat, and in high school people used to call me pretty ugly. So if
Oh, that
that
sucks, dude.
no, I'm just kidding. Stupid joke. I'm working on that. So all right. So how long have you been doing comedy in total?
Well, I started in December, so I've been doing it about, what is it, 8 months then?
8 months now.
Yeah, I
Okay.
haven't gotten up a whole lot, just open mics pretty much.
Right. Well, in Oklahoma, it's hard to find open mics, in places.
Especially if they're
So
like all an hour away, you know what I
yeah,
mean? So
yeah,
it's like,
exactly. Hell, but after this, we'll talk to you. There's a mic that I've been hitting in Tulsa that's I've been going to a
yeah,
lot. We'll talk about that later. But
dope.
anyways, what is in your 8 months? What is the craziest thing that you have done, seen? Just a crazy, cool, fun story about being in comedy this short time.
Being in comedy. Well, I don't know if I've done anything that's like crazy or cool, but I will say just on Thursday, I went to an open mic down there in OKC,
Where at?
the White Rabbit.
Who was hosting it?
Oh man, I don't remember his
The
name.
White
Originally
Rabbit.
I was going to JJ's Alley,
Yeah,
and then I got
JJ's.
on the wait list, and then I was like, I'm not gonna get on, so I went over to White Rabbit and did it instead.
Okay. Is the White Rabbit? Is that Curtis?
No, no,
No.
I think
Who?
it's a rotating host they do
Okay.
over there,
Well, who was
maybe.
it? Well, I mean, I know a lot of the people out there. I was just curious who it was.
Nah, I
So
just don't remember his
there
name, but
there's a lot of open mics, but they are hit or miss. Like you might get on, you might not. And
right.
for us, it's an hour drive for 5 minutes that you might get.
Exactly.
That
That's why
that's
I'm like, it's hard for me to motivate myself to go down there because I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen, you know?
Right, exactly. No, I totally get it. Yeah, but there's a few fun mics that I know of that are like for sure you'll get on.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that after this. So
But dude, that mic I went to on Thursday, I had yet to actually like truly bomb yet. And that was the first time, man, that I like,
oh really?
and
So
it's an open mic, so it's not a big deal. But
right, right,
like,
right,
it
right.
was something different.
So that was the first time you actually really bombed.
Not one laugh, not one giggle, nothing. And I
Wow.
was
So how
like,
many times have you been
oh,
up on stage in
about
total?
10, probably
10?
10 or
Okay,
12. So not
okay.
that much.
Well, let me I will tell you this. I've heard a rule in the comedy world since we've been involved in this that you're not a real comedian until you get on stage 100 times. Now,
Yeah, oh,
with
that one, yeah.
now with that rule, I'm not even a real comedian. Okay, with
I
that, I
think a
mean,
lot of
now
people aren't.
I've produced more shows than I've been on mics. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
I'm really young into this, and I understand that. I know how green I am.
Yeah.
But the reps are very important. Their Keel's Lounge is what I was going to talk to you about
I thought
later.
that's the one you were maybe talking
Yeah,
about. 'Cause
yeah,
I've heard
no,
good
it's a
things.
legit mic, good room. But everybody does bomb though, and it's good that you had that because man, that feeling though will drive you, does it not?
Oh, dude, immediately I went home that night. I got back late,
Just
and
started
I
writing.
started writing again, dude.
You
Like
want to punch
reworking
yourself
them.
in
I'm
the
just like,
face on the way
man.
home. That's what you want to do.
Oh,
Like
dude, yeah, dude. I just called my buddy. I was like, that sucked,
that.
dude. That was
Yep,
the
yep.
worst thing ever.
Yep. For once, everybody else looked at me and felt the same way I feel about myself.
Yeah, they witness what I really think. I'm like, oh
Right,
no.
exactly. Yeah. No, it does suck, but it's part of it. It definitely is. It's part of it.
It makes the laughs louder like the next time. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's
no,
like,
it
hey,
it definitely does.
at least I hope so. I haven't.
No, it will. It will. No, it's a journey though. Even I've heard stories about where Adam Sandler bombs still to
Oh
this day.
yeah,
I mean,
oh yeah.
everybody bombs. So, but yeah. So, well, what was like I said? So, what's the most people you've ever performed in front of? Let's go that route.
Well, I'd say probably like 50.
50 people at
Yeah,
these open mics and whatnot.
yeah. Well, I think
And
you get a pretty good draw at those comedy shows you do over there at the EN. So
yeah.
something like
Was that
that.
the one?
Well,
We might have had about 50 people that night. I
well,
can't remember.
I also got onto a comedy competition down in Yukon, and that had about the same amount of people. I'm
Oh,
guessing that was
okay.
probably 40, 50 people or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So I
Okay.
went down there for that, and that was about the same amount of
How'd you
people, I'd
do in
say.
that?
I did all right. I didn't like bomb, but I
Right,
knew I
right.
wasn't gonna win. There was a man. There was like 15 comics, like Curtis Newsome,
Curtis
Miss
is good.
Kitty,
Miss Kitty's
Cody Troutman,
hilarious.
dude. Like a bunch of really
Yes,
shout out to all those guys,
yeah,
man. Like
yeah. No, no, they're all great.
they're all
Yeah,
great, dude. They
yeah.
all
No,
killed it.
actually, people don't even realize how good the Oklahoma comedy scene really is.
It's good.
There's a lot of killers. I really think with Austin and Texas being like the mecca for comedy, we're gonna
Yeah,
have a lot of overflow once the scenes, all Oklahoma City, Tulsa, us here in Stillwater, once we all start to boom and people realize, hey, there's a crowd of people here that are wanting to see comedy. We're going to have a large overflow from people coming up here that are just wanting to do spots. So
exactly.
yeah, yeah, I really think right now is the time to get involved because it
It
is
is.
about to boom. It really
It
is.
seems
So
that way. I feel like I'm constantly hearing about new comics that are coming up, and I hear the other guys talking about them and whatnot, and
and
talking about how the
even in
scene's
the
growing.
mainstream Hollywood, they're doing actually kind of more ishy kind of. Well, it's not even mainstream. It's individual independent people doing it, but people are making the comedy type movies now and
Yeah,
whatnot.
and
So
doing them
the
proper, you know?
yeah, yeah, the scene is starting to the narrative, the culture, I guess, is starting to shift back to where it's okay to say like, you know, the
Say it.
R word and the
Just
F
say it.
word and stuff like that. You
Say
know
it,
what I mean?
dude.
I almost said it. I really almost did, but I was like, we probably
Dude,
just shouldn't,
episode 2, man. Let's get
I know,
demonetized.
right? Yeah, let's. I don't know about all that.
I
So,
don't know.
but the times are definitely changing. I think, and comedy is becoming much more receptive to
Yeah.
people. So,
Woke's
uh,
dying, dude. It's interesting to watch in that way. Like I feel like woke culture kind of had like a big chokehold on comedy a little bit, where people were really scared and careful. Like people getting fired from SNL
right,
and all
right.
that kind of stuff. And I feel like that's kind of definitely gone
Well,
away
just
in a sense.
I think it never really did have a grasp. It just seemed like it did because of mainstream and
Yeah,
whatnot. But
Twitter and
we're getting way too
yeah,
political and
yeah, yeah,
whatnot
yeah, yeah.
for all of
That's on
this.
me.
So
That's on me.
no, it's all good. It's all good. So all right. So yeah, we did kind of talk about your favorite comedians. How many comedy shows have you went to like just witnessed in your life?
Oh man, hard. Not that many.
Not that
Not that many.
many.
Before
So
I started doing comedy, I'd never been to one.
never been to one at all.
Never been
Never
to
even
one.
like not even like a famous comedy one, like on a cruise ship or anything.
Dude, I'd never hardly did like any traveling, man. Like
Oh, okay,
I've never
okay.
been farther east than Tulsa in my life.
Wow,
Yeah, yeah.
wow. So you've never
So
even floated the river in Tahlequah?
nope, nope.
Wow,
I've heard great things. I
wow.
heard it's like
Oh
Oregon
well, I
over
guess
there.
yeah, but you're not from here. You're from the Oregon, right?
It's hard to beat Oregon, dude. It's so
Is
pretty.
it? Is it? Because
Oh my
whenever I hear
gosh.
about or when I think Oregon, I think I think
Don't think Portland.
that's what I think. I think the city is burning. That's what
Dude,
I
the city is
think.
burning, but if you go out of the city, you're like, wow, dude, this is
Oh
great.
really? Oh
Yeah, it's a
okay.
lot nicer.
Oh okay. I
Yeah,
mean, I can imagine most places are like that.
still a lot of homeless, but
Still a lot of homeless people.
even outside of Portland,
Uh,
they get around.
yeah. How like walk?
Dude, they're like David Goggins of walking these homeless people,
Oh
dude.
my
They just keep
lord.
on
Oh my
going.
lord.
They'll get to Seaside, which is like hours away.
See,
It's like,
in Stillwater, we don't have to worry about that at all, but in Tulsa, it is a big problem as
yeah,
well.
yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I'm not I don't know. I'm sure there's a solution, but I'm not for sure what it is.
Just give them money.
Uh, Not quite for sure. I throw Pokemon cards at him, is what I do.
Yeah, throw Pokeballs at them if I
throw
had.
poke. No, if you throw Pokeballs at him, they try to get in them, and that's a little
Dude, you could
crazy.
throw them at other people later, man.
No, well then you're giving them weapons. That's not okay. Like maybe if you put a cheeseburger inside the Pokeball, but
Yeah, that gives them something. Good reason to
no,
get in there.
and I just throw like Pikachu at them, and either they get happy because they got a Pokemon card, or they're a little freaked out because I just threw a Pokemon card at
Yeah,
them,
either
and
way,
they're
they're
worried
shocked.
about my mental status at that point.
Yeah, they're
So
like, is this guy all right, dude? Like,
yeah, exactly. Who's the one begging for? No, anyways. But okay, well, I kind of just ran out of stuff there. So let's one thing about you. What's something about you that people wouldn't know is special? Something, whatever. Something maybe something you did. Just something interesting, special. One weird, crazy thing about you that not everybody else could say.
oh man, probably the craziest thing that's ever happened to me was when I was living in Portland. I was doing property maintenance, and so like I would work at these like apartment buildings, and so one day I was like leaf blowing outside
If
the
this is a
sidewalk.
Bigfoot story, I want to stop you right here.
Dude, okay, never mind. I'm sorry.
Anyways, carry on, carry on.
No, dude, I was outside and I was leaf blowing, and I blew some leaves on this guy's feet, and he was like, "Hey, dude, what the heck, dude?" And I was all like, It's Portland, dude. You have to be kind of tough out
Was it like
there.
a homeless dude?
No, he was like a
He was your
African
neighbor.
American man walking past,
Oh,
just
okay.
just
Just
some
trying to
guy.
get some exercise.
I guess so, dude. He was just going for a walk,
And you were just high and not and just blue leaves all over his
Yeah.
Nikes.
Yeah, pretty much. And he was just like, dude, what the heck? And I was kind of like, get bent. I was like, I was like, dude, it's Portland. Like
Okay.
you got to be like kind of mean a little bit, or
All
it's
right.
just how it a big city type thing.
Okay.
And so he walks past and he's like, you know what? And he takes off his backpack and he pulls a gun out.
Oh my lord.
Dude, puts it right up to my head like this. And so I was just like, I had a leaf blower, and for a minute I was like, is this a weapon? And it wasn't. So I just put my hands up and walked around and went inside. And
With the gun pointed at your head the whole time.
yeah, dude. And he was just like, yeah, not so funny now. And I was kind of like, this is kind of funny as long as I don't get shot. Like it's kind of
Uh,
crazy, dude.
wow. Yeah, if
Yeah.
that story happened in Oklahoma, it would have went a lot different.
Yeah, yeah, probably,
Well,
dude.
first off, as soon as you like blew the leaves on the guy, he would have been like, "Oh, hey, sorry, my bad. I didn't mean to get in your way." And you probably would have responded, "Oh no, my bad. I didn't see you there. My apologies. My
People are a lot nicer down here, dude.
Yeah, that's
It's like
probably
the
how it would
Canada.
have went. But
Yes.
and then if one person would have pulled a gun on the other person would have pulled a gun out, and then the wife would come out and be very devastated. That's how that story would have ended.
Yeah, see, that's why I moved here. That's a better ending than what it could have been. So I was like, hey.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. People down here, if you point a gun at somebody, they usually don't walk away. Like once you get to the point of pointing a gun, it's.
Oh, there's gonna be like other people pointing guns too. You'll have 4 on you. If you pull
I
one
mean,
gun, dude,
yeah,
everyone's
that's
gonna be
kind of
like,
the
"What are
thing.
you doing?"
Oklahoma is the right to carry. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah.
it is a safer place. I feel like if you
Oh yeah,
if you think like, hey, they might have a gun, it kind of calms you down a little bit. Like you might
yeah,
not tell them fuck off. Like road rage is a little less.
yeah. It's a little bit,
Yeah, if
easier.
someone might have an Uzi in the car next to you, you don't want to tell them, go flip them the bird whenever they cut you off. Maybe they were on their phone playing, Angry Birds and just didn't see you.
Dude, I feel like people with Uzis don't play Angry Birds.
Uh, you never know,
You
man.
never
You never
know.
know. Like, I mean, there's millions of subscribers,
Yeah, they're,
so
they're shooting pigs and they're shooting everybody.
there is something right there. But
There
that
is
that,
something right
that,
there.
that but we're gonna leave that one
I'm gonna
right
get.
there.
I'm
We're
gonna
gonna
get out
leave
of
that
here,
one
dude.
right there. So okay, well, in that aspect, I do like to ask people: is there like a joke you're working on, something like a joke you're proud of, you're willing to burn, just something like I don't know, something. I,
I got
I
like
like to
a
talk jokes with people and like try to, I'll tell you one, see if you can help punch it up,
yeah.
So
I got a really good joke but I kind of want to save it for December for the show because I'm like I like it. It's like a whole bit. It's
oh,
pretty
okay,
good.
okay. Well, then no, I mean one you're working on, not one
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Well, I'm working on it, but I'm like I
Well,
know I
okay,
like
you're
that
working
one,
on
but
all of them all the time.
right,
Like, come
right,
on
right.
now.
Okay, so there's one that goes man, how does it go? Oh, apparently when pedophiles go to prison, they got to lie about why they're there, which sucks. Or no, sorry, shoot, I messed it up.
No, no, go ahead, go
They got to
ahead.
lie
Yeah,
about
yeah,
why
yeah.
they're there, and the most common one they use is fraud, which sucks if you get arrested for fraud.
Well,
So I'm
I
trying to figure out
mean,
how to punch that one up because
uh,
like that does suck, dude.
I
Like,
mean, but I mean, fraud is. I mean, it's kind of the same thing. I mean, the fraudulent sexually.
so what are you
I
what are you
mean,
talking about?
I mean, when they say it's not a lie when they say they were in there for fraud because they were in there for like fraudulent sexual
That's
things.
like, oh, I see what you're saying. That's a
I mean,
good
that's just
point.
maybe a different angle, maybe.
That's a good point. I mean, it is still kind of fraud.
I
Just
mean, yeah. It's
yeah,
they're
sex
they're
fraud.
definitely not, like normal, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
And another one I had was like an opener I've been doing is I just come out and be like, I know what I look like. I look like I would drop the soap in prison for validation.
That
I'm like,
that
if I'm gonna
that's
be in there, I want to at least look pretty.
Yeah, that's
You know?
that's that's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's not bad.
You look like you would be on the NBA team as the token.
I'm the token white
Yeah,
dude.
you'd be the token white dude, or you look like you would be you would get a scholarship to Langston on their basketball team just to be the token because
Dude,
they
you
have
look
to have
like
one,
you look like a D2 hockey player's agent.
a D2 hockey player's agent. Oh,
Yeah,
okay, that's
yeah.
pretty
That's
good.
not
That's
bad.
pretty good. Yeah, yeah. Uh,
Just insulting each other
shit.
now.
Yeah, no. No, that's fine. That's fine. That's funny. That actually that made me kind of go on another tangent. I could take that somewhere. I could use that.
Take
Anyways,
it.
we're gonna carry on. Yeah. So fucking jokes. That's what we were talking about. How much time we
Jokes,
got
dude.
left? Yeah. Well, I had a few new jokes this weekend. I was using at the open mic. Let me try to.
The one up there, like Keels Lounge.
Yeah, at the Kills Lounge. Oh yeah, I'm trying to work out the a lot of people up there in Tulsa they call me skinny fat because I'm not really like skinny or fat. And it's weird that people just like tell me that out of the blue. It's like what the fuck is up,
Yeah,
Paul?
like, dude, like,
Like
what
yeah,
gives you the
it's
right,
it's
man?
no, it's like hey, my name is Tyler. Oh, hey, what's up, Tyler? You look very skinny fat. And it's like yeah, okay, like
It's
that
it's
you could have said hi, I like your hat first, that'd have been
it's better
cool,
than fat skinny, I think.
I
The fact
mean
they're putting skinny first, right?
yeah, see, I don't know because it's like I'm working this thing out like skinny fat, tall short, foreskin, no foreskin. You can't have it all. You know what I mean? Like,
Can't have it all.
yeah, yeah. And then I'm also trying to I think it's two contradictory words. So I think like somehow going from people call me fat skinny to all of this, I have low self-esteem because people used to call me pretty ugly. I
Yeah, there
think
you
you know what I
go.
mean.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
somehow finding that route to there.
There's something
I,
there in
no,
between,
no, that's the
like
thing, and I have like three or four ways to do it. I've tried it one way. I'm just working on trying to find the right way, the
the
right
right way.
angle, the right words and
Yeah,
whatnot. Yeah.
it's like a science behind it, man.
No,
Like
no,
you
there
like
really is. There is a structure to the jokes that people don't understand.
yeah,
But
yeah.
once you understand the structure, it's super easy. We need to wrap this up, but real quick, uh, I read a book by Jerry Corley one time, and if you don't read any books about comedy, I highly suggest you. I can give you some
Yeah.
suggestions.
I'm down. I've
There's
never done
books
it.
that you can read that like break all this stuff down. He was at a doing a radio station gig one time, and they braked for a commercial, and there was a random fact that they were giving, and the random fact was the fear of someone standing to your right is called this. The fear of someone standing to your left is called this. And he just spouted off, what's the fear of someone standing behind you called? Homophobia. The setup was there. One,
It's pretty
two.
good.
All he had to do was come up with the third right there. All the formula, like the A was there, B was there. All he had to do was come up with C, and
Yeah.
people thought he was a genius. You know what I mean?
So
So
it's that what you're talking about with like the rules of three type thing, where
well,
it's like
right,
one, two, three.
right, exactly, yeah. And you can break the rules and bend the rules and do this, that, and the other, but you have to know the rules before you can break the rules.
Right.
So
That makes
yeah,
sense.
there's some structure to this, and then once you really realize the structure of how to make a joke, it just makes things one of my favorite just stupid ways to express this.
Can I go get
We'll be
some
right
ice
back.
cream? We'll
We'll keep it right here. We'll keep it right here.
give it right here.
Uh,
People go to the store all the time.
one of,
Anyway.
one of my favorite ways to blah 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 about jokes. Simple one liner. My wife left me for my best friend.
Yeah.
I expected more loyalty out of my dog.
That's good. That's solid.
Simple,
I like
stupid,
it.
one sentence, two sentence, setup,
Relatable.
punchline.
Everyone gets it.
Everyone gets it because out of the setup, everybody assumes one thing, but then the punchline is breaking that assumption.
Yeah, it's
Simple
switching it.
misdirection. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then once you realize the formula, it's easy to just throw little jokes in here, there, everywhere, and punch things up. So,
Yeah. Bingo
uh,
was his name. Oh, here,
Bingo
there, and
was his name.
everywhere.
Oh, yeah. So, but speaking of Bingo, Bingo was at the hotel this weekend at the Marriott Suites, the
Well, you're pretty old. Did you
spring.
get into that?
Huh?
You into bingo?
Oh well, no, I was about to switch into a little promo right there. Is what I
Oh,
was
go
about to do.
ahead.
You just fucked that up. Is what you did right there. We're gonna try to cut all of that. Will be cut
Yo,
out. We'll cut
bingo's
that.
lit, dude. Bingo's what's up, man?
Bingo is friends with Clifford, the big red dog, and they were at the Spring Hill Suites by Marriott in
That's right.
Stillwater this weekend.
And
It is a great place. Even if you are Clifford, the big red dog, they will make all the accommodations in the world for you. The
that's a
breakfast there is phenomenal. The coffee there is sweet. Abram keeps on wanting to interrupt, but that's okay. Abram, you want to say a few things about our sponsor, Spring Hill?
I was just gonna say that their beds are even big enough for Clifford, so you can fit the whole family on one bed. You don't even need two of them, probably. So if I missed,
In the cruise, they call that a sleep pile. If you have kids, you know the cruise called a sleep pile. Sleep
yeah,
pile
yeah,
in one bed. The each room is a suite. Every room, you don't have to worry about your room being terrible. It is prime. Staff is quality. Check them out. The rates are enormously fantastic, comparably to everything else around here. If you're in town for a game, in town for a show, check out Spring Hill Suites by Marriott here in Stillwater. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Red Dirt Riffs, for another
yes,
riff and
sir.
interview here with Abram Martin, everybody. So we'll see you at the show.